I'm Bismarck saying I have a lot of motivational messages on YouTube. I have a channel. Nothing can stop motivational messages. They're 15 minutes. Watch them, subscribe to them. Also have another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind to the World. I have teachings on dating and cosmic marriage. The 15 minutes. Watch them. Also, I have a lot of sermons on YouTube on my channel. River from the Temple Sermon. They are a lot of, they're very cheap. Also, these books are coming up in the month of June 2024. This very month. Building Yourself as Self-Made Millionaire, $4. Enhance your risk taking ability, $4. Enhance your decision making ability, $4. Also, smarter than level competition put together, $4. Also, we have growing with the cloud of a lunar synchronicities, $4. They are coming up. It will be available on Amazon Kindle and Gumroad, $4 each. I'm not getting sales at all, nothing. I know you guys to help me. I'm advertising, but the sales are not coming. I'm counting on you guys to help me. Subscribe and buy my books, and thank you so and watch my video. Thank you so much for your support. Um, I'm sorry for the breaks and images. The breaks and images are not from me, it's from Facebook. I'm using a standard camera on Facebook, so sorry. I'm very, very sorry for that. I'm sharing with you the next 15 minutes. Motivation myself entitled Leaders of Generational Thinkers. It's an extra from my book on Amazon Kindle and Gumroad. Leaders of Generational Thinkers. Constituents. The world should not be bereft. The world should not be bereft, or the world should not lack leaders of generational thinkers. This is because there are preponderance or numerous global problems that needs attenuating measures from leaders to plummet. In other words, there are a lot of problems in the world. We need global leaders. We need global leaders to help us solve those problems. So, as a man called Mehat Anzi, he was a Cyprus medical doctor at that time. Cyprus, there were a lot of Cyprus. One of the countries have Cyprus was one of the countries that was having higher levels of higher levels of malaria. So that time, Imam Anzi helped help the country to eradicate malaria, and it was known as the liberator. The leaders that have energetic potentialities to convert mental blocks of groups into building blocks for them to achieve something palpable results, indeed have consequential environmental impact of impeccability in every pursuit they carry out. Adaba Mahatma Gandhi, who led the Indians to gain independence from the British after being a young lawyer. He had that lot of courage, tenacity, and determination because he understood that gold medals are not made of gold; they are made of determination. With their with these leaders overriding resurgence of civil said it served as substantial running requirement towards helping the world experience its fullness of comprehensive perspective. As a man called Robert Tetena, the owner of CNN, after the father committed suicide after his advertising company was inherited, he took over from the father and converted the media house. And today we have the CNN as Robert Tetena. That time, a couple of years ago, he devoted $1 billion to the UN to finance nuclear change program. There's this quote from Roque, American businessman, once said that the quality of a leader is reflected in the standards they set for themselves. Rock is right incontrovertibly. A leader should be efficaciously be able to efficaciously operationalize very propitious outcome for 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 the group it leads. I want to remind you, Bismarck said, go to YouTube, I have a lot of videos, watch them, subscribe to them. Also, if you go to Amazon, I have a lot of books I've written there. Amazon Kindle and Gumroad, buy them for me. I'm counting on you to watch and subscribe to my videos, and I'm counting on you to help me. And on YouTube, I have a channel. Nothing can stop you motivation message. Also have your marriage will be a state of mind to all the 15 minutes. Have River from the Temple Sermons. I use the name Bismarck on YouTube. Have a lot of books on Amazon Kindle and Gumroad. Help me. I'm sharing with you a motivation message titled Leaders of Generational Thinkers. I want to share you a story about a man called Lee Kung Yan, who is a Singapore state man and a lawyer who served the country as the first prime minister from 1957 to 1990. He's been regarded as the founding father of South Singapore. Singapore. Lee Kung Yin was the who co-founded the People's Action Party (PAP) in 1954 and won the first ever seat at the Tagore Pakel division during the 1955 general election. In 1959, he led his party to the first electoral victory and was appointed as the prime minister. A famous arsenal of rudimentary requirement for national impact, he laid that during that period. With overriding parliamentary control at every election, general election, he oversaw Singapore's transformation into from a developing country to a developed country with a high level of productivity and efficiency, with overriding set of blistering massive accomplishment. He understood as a leader who is a generational leader, understood what it means to transform a country to a high developed country. Lee was widely recognized as the founding father of modern Singapore, stated for his leadership for transforming the country into a highly developed country during his tenure. It was a staggering and crystallizing act of generational accomplishment, not only for himself, for the people of Singapore. Developmentally, he forged a highly effective anti-corrupt government and civil service. He eschewed populist policy in favor of long-term social and economic planning, championing civic nationalism through meritocracy and multi-racialism, which was his agility and prowess he provided for his country to give them the needed convergence towards global protracted activity for burgeoning growth. I'm sharing with you motivational message I've entitled Leaders of Generational Thinkers. So what somebody will ask me, I'm in the last stage of the how can I achieve generational results as a leader? I'm a leader. How can I achieve generational results? Number one, comprehensively. As a leader of a government, formulate an investment plan for children investment plan where you can provide investment for children when they are 2 years and allow it to mature to 20 years. When these children mature, they will have a lot of money for investment that will help propel productivity, that will help ignite their entrepreneurship, resourcefulness, and agility, or that's also help them getting the issue of unemployment. Unemployment has become very rebarbative, very debilitating. In what way can we deal with that? Can we, as a leader, can we think of as a global world, can we create investment fund for children when they are 2 years, and allow it to mature when they are 20 years? When they're 20 years, they can leverage unit for investment, and they will pay back to the government. This will help act as a propellant and prejudiciously towards achieving high level of productivity, reducing the issue of unemployment. People like George Detroit over the period understood what it means as a founding father of capitalism, understood what it means to build people's economic vibrancy when he introduced the venture capital. Number two, monumentally, as a head of government of a country, formulate entrepreneurial policy that will build economic vibrancy of multitudinous people with generation over generation, raising myriad and colossal of self-made millionaire for the country. A man called Mahathir bin Mohamad, Malaysian fourth and fifth prime minister, and under his tenure, the economy underwent modernization, economic growth. There was a widespread industrial privatization and both infrastructure development. There was infrastructure revolution, where he understood what it means that you have to put down in very formulate, very dynamic, very athletic, very blistering economic entrepreneurship policy that will build economic vibrancies, raising multitudinous self-made millionaires and billionaires for the country. And that was what helped him. Number three, expressively. As the leader of corporate institution, business corporate institution, can you introduce a new trend of business that will shape the trend and direction of the global business over the period? So as a head of a corporate institution, just wrap your mind around it. What are some of the new trend of business you can introduce that can shape the trend and direction of business, global business from generation over generation? People in 2007, this mobile money have become a global mobile money in the whole world, was being introduced in Kenya by M-Pesa around 2007, and now they have become a global thing, helping and generating a lot of jobs. Last year in Ghana, the mobile money transaction in Ghana was in 2 trillion cedis. A lot of people are created jobs for more than 20,000 people in a country, in Ghana and other parts of the country, more than 1 million people getting jobs. Can you wrap your mind around this? And such person, the world will remember you as a generational thinker. You have created a new trend of business that created more than 1 to 2 million jobs for people. That's building people's vibrancy and moving towards a cashless system in a global world. Number 4, developmental. As a head of non-profit organization or no government organization or foundation, can you team up with financial economic expert or guru or luminaries and connoisseurs to introduce effective managerial and financial models, framework, and approach that will help small, medium scale enterprise become very vibrant from generation to generation? If you are the leader of an NGO or a business or foundation, wrap your mind around, can you team up with experts in finance and economics? Can you team up with luminaries in finance and economics to introduce a more effective managerial and financial framework and model that will help small and medium scale industry to build themselves up to become vibrant generation to generation? I've told you, in the early 1776, Muhammad Yunus introduced a grain bank that provided financial assistance to micro business. Today, that grain bank have helped over 1 billion people in the world. You can also wrap your mind. What can you do? People have introduced crowdfunding, venture capital, peer-to-peer funding, a lot of myriad, colossal, multitudes of these things. Also, see what you can contribute towards the world. Leader here is not only talking about political leader of NGOs, leader of civil societies, leader of a group, a church, a Muslim, whatever be the case. See what you can operationalize with your energetic potentiality to achieve something that's very effectively, incontestably good for yourself in the global world. Number 5, the last point, aggressively. The global housing deficit in 2003 affected 1.3 billion people in the global world. As a leader of a global organization, either UN or whatever, World Health, whatever, find out effective housing, effective, innovative housing financing model you can provide for the whole world, which will help the world, which will help lower income earners able to own their own houses. It has been a caveat. It have been monstrous to the whole world. The housing deficit is 1.3 billion people in the global world. Can you bring effective, innovating house financing model that can help lower income earners in the global world to own their houses? I think the world will remember you. If you're able to achieve it, the world will remember that it's impossible to have this world without you. That there is something inside you, the world is needed. What you do is what makes you different. So this effective housing model will help lower a middle gap to own their houses generation over generation. I want to remind you, I'm Bismarck. Say go to my YouTube channel. I use the Nothing Can Stop Motivation message. Watch them, subscribe to them. With another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind to War. There are teachings on dating and courtship and marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them. Also, I have a lot of sermons. If you go to sermons, I have on YouTube, I have the River from the Temple sermons. Also, go and listen to them, subscribe to them. I have My Secret is Jesus, The Economy of God. This year is different. Don't waste this year. My year of amazing things. What kind of man is this? The greatest news for all time. Pray and expect answers. Also, we have unparalleled, meaningful insight and comprehensive perspective into the uniqueness of the name. We have also experiencing vibrating fire. We have a lot of sermons that are there for you. Watch them and subscribe to them. Also, on YouTube, the Nothing Can Stop Motivation. I have a lot of motivational messages like building a competence in the crowded planet, growing in the cloud of luminaries, smarter than a level of competition put together, enhance our risk-taking ability, enhance our potential generating ability. No political human institution can have a generating capability. Have all those things for you. Every disappointment, concern, life with disappointment. Have all these things for you. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad. To these books are available. I'm not getting the sales. I know you help me get the sales. Building a competence, the crowded planet, $4. There is something inside the world is needed $4. Your marriage, you pay still money to a world for $5. Leader generation, I think it's $5. This what I told you is an extra from my book. Go and get the book for yourself. Thank you so much. It's an extra from my book I've entitled Leaders of Generation Thinkers. That's extract I share with you. Go and get those books for yourself. Your marriage based state of mind to the world. All these things are there. Thank you for your time. See you again. Bye bye.